All right. Hello, everybody. This is Anthony Garcia, Traders Ultimate Edge. It is February 28th, 2022. We're watching the very end of the market here. It'll be closed in just about 4 minutes. We'll look here at the market today. We were expecting an inside consolidation day, and that's just what we got. See over here on the 1 minute, we've got Friday is closed, labeled here at the top. Started off down here. The markets opened down a little bit as we had a bit of a Sunday into Monday morning futures sell-off due to like a lack of progress, some diplomatic negotiations, Ukraine, that sort of thing. And the markets were pretty high after Friday's close, so a little bit of a retracement that's to be expected. Now today, we did kind of bounce off of Friday's close area and come back down towards the lows of the days here. These pushes down were all news driven. There was some stuff coming out of the news. Nothing amazingly interesting, but just really news driven. A lot of algos in here today. Not a whole lot of traders. We did get one trade off. There were two real setups in here today. I'll show you this first one right here. This was an ascending wedge this morning. There you can see it really nicely, and when it fired off it was actually about like that, and you can see false breakout here, false breakout there, ascending and descending wedges triggering false breakouts. So that happened, didn't go the first time, did it the second time and pushed down, and then this was more like this. So I'm trying to put this back to where it was when this happened. Right about there. Broke out down beneath it on the first push back into the triangle. So either here or here, back into the wedge. That's where you enter. I entered here on this candle right about here. So it was a pretty nice entry. And then as it fell down through the pivot point, I was taking profits. And I had a trailing stop loss on it, which I believe stopped me out right here on this candle, I'm pretty sure. So that was a really nice, really profitable trade. And, it's just, even in a day when you have a lot of news going on, things like that, solid setups are there. You do find them. They do work. This was a nice ascending wedge setup that gave us that nice short. And then later there was another setup. It was this kind of bounce back off of Friday's close. So you can see it pushed above the close right here. Let me delete these lines. Pushed above the close right here, came down, bounced back up off this fib line, bounced back up, and then rejected off of it. That's a short entry right there. But this was going into market lunchtime, so that was not a trade that I would have taken. We can see here at the end, we've had a lot of short covering, a lot of buying kind of push us up towards here the end of the day. Let's have a look and see where everything is. VIX has fallen back in the Bollinger Bands. Interestingly, the 10-year continues to drop. People will buy this. When they're concerned about things. And there's certainly a bit of concern in the markets at the moment. People are using the words nuclear, and that makes everybody a bit scared. So that's why we've seen this fall. We'll look over here. Oil maintaining on this trend line right around $95 at present. And interesting day in growth versus value. Look at this. Relatively flat today. Interesting. We'll look at the sectors. Value was down. Growth was up over value overall. That's why you can see it's overall a bit higher there. But interesting movements today. Nothing really in charge here. Here at the end of the day, this was obviously a bit of a growth purchase at the end of the day. Let's really zoom in here. Let me drop to the 1 minute. Here in the last 45 minutes of the day, clearly growth gained over value. This is SPY V divided into SPY G. So when it goes down, that means growth is getting purchased. So this was really obvious here at the end of the day. I think a lot of that was probably big money accumulation, if I had to guess. I think a lot of it here was probably some short covering. We've seen a lot of short covering today. There's a lot of algos in here trading this today. So overall, pretty nice moves, but really only a couple solid setups. Tomorrow, let's look at this chart here. Let me adjust this a little bit. Make it a little easier for everybody to see. Okay. Tomorrow, I would be it's a tough call. Today was a pretty easy call as far as inside consolidation goes, which is pretty much what we got. Um, Tomorrow, not such an easy one. And tomorrow, we don't have it yet. Wednesday and Thursday, we do have Powell testifying. Keep that in mind. Tomorrow is going to be ISM numbers, nothing big. Let's see what happens overnight with the news. It's going to be pretty news focused, I think. If we can get some good news, some lowering of tensions of any sort, really, we can see a relief rally up over the 200. But as far as if tensions continue, I would expect another consolidation day. If tensions continue, we need some sort of relief for the markets to move up. We need Putin backing off, which I don't really see as happening. The guy has made some pretty outlandish statements at this point, and that's kind of what we need for this market to push up. If there's anything bad that comes out, him escalating anything, that sort of thing, we can definitely see a retrace of our moves here. Let's grab some fibs. We could see this retrace for the 50%. It's going to be 42.44. So that's definitely a target for me going into tomorrow, especially with this blue line right here is a big trend line going back a ways. Let me try to zoom all the way out on this thing. Okay, this blue trend line comes from way back here, September 1st, 2020. All right, September 1st, 2020, all the way to this low here in January 2022, and it's coming through here now. So you can see how far back this trend line goes, and that kind of lines up with this sort of 50% area, this 50% retrace area. So to me, that is a potentially likely target. Oops. Is this area right here, 42.60, 42.40, anywhere in that range. If there's more tensions coming out of the Ukraine Russia issue, if we see some sort of relief, like I say, this could easily push over the 200 day. And if it's just status quo, then I would expect another consolidation day. But right now, it's all about that news cycle, at least for tomorrow. And like I say, Wednesday, Thursday is going to have Powell testifying, so anything can go. All right, that's all I got. I hope you all have a good evening. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.